morning to everyone, and thank you, Matthew, for you are one of the key motivators for me to give you these slides on time at around 12 a.m. in the morning today morning, and I would like to thank all my teachers who have given me the knowledge of sharing what we have, which I am going to show over here, and thank you all the organizers, and it's an honor to be over here to talk on the very important topic, but it is the principles of prescribing the antibiotics. Thank you, Sanjay sir. Thank you, Sarvodaya, and thank you all the listeners who are over here. So the topic which has been given is, you can see, the principles of prescribing antibiotics. I would like to ask one thing, that before you must all have gone to the buying a stock. Everybody keeps on buying a stock on these days on daily basis, but are we, any of you sitting over here has a worth or value like a Warren Buffett? I don't think so. Somebody is having it. So it's similar like that. The principles of prescribing antibiotic. Everybody has gone through the MBBS, gone through the MD, and I am 100% sure nobody has read the chapter of the infectious disease in the Harrison of, which is of almost 25% of the first volume of Harrison. Number one. Number two, so nobody reads the microbiology in the MBBS prof sincerely. At least if they read it sincerely, they can apply the principles of buying a stock or principle of prescribing the antibiotics. So they both are quite similar. So for applying the principles, you have to have the knowledge of the infectious disease, have the knowledge of the microbiology. So as every fever is not a deficiency of the antibiotics, the patient who is 31 years female with a history of mild joint pain and coming with the morning stiffness. So it could be a autoimmune disease also. It could be a non-infective etiology also. But yes, on the first visit, every physician, every clinician would like to, with a confidence, that tablet azithromycin start kar dijiye. This is quite a common practice. That is how the misuse of the antibiotic will start, comes into the play. We keep on saying the bigger things like what is the principles or core, I would say, pillars of the antibiotic stewardship, but they all are in the paper. Because in our core curriculum, nobody reads the microbiology in the MBBS. Pharmacology, in the basic, even the anatomy physiology also. So it's just a busy slide regarding the introduction. So overview of the presentation, what is the purpose, what is the scope, and what is the importance of these principles of the. So keep thinking like this is not the principles of prescribing antibiotics. We will get bored. It's the principles of buying a stock. Whether tomorrow morning you're going to buy a Reliance company stock or Adani stock. Importance of proper antibiotic prescribing. Prevents antibiotic resistance, ensures effective treatment, and minimizes the adverse effects. तो हमें तो वो स्टॉक चाहिए जो अगले 6 महीने में डबल हो जाए. ठीक है, तो ये बहुत ही कॉमन क्वेश्चन होता है. हमें तो वो एंटीबायोटिक चाहिए जो अगले 3 दिन में पेशेंट को फीवर से मुक्त कर दे, irrespective कि whether that is indicated or that is not indicated. Then only we burnt our hands and fingers. Goals of this session: understand the principles of antibiotic prescribing, learn best practices for the prescribing the antibiotic. So antibiotics, they are power and precision and responsibility in the practice. तो पैसा गलत जगह लगाया आनंद पानंद में तो अगले 5 दिन में कम भी हो सकता है. But since it's not our money, we are writing the antibiotic. Somebody is taking care of that. Linezolid लिख दिया, फीवर रिस्पॉन्स हो गया, था वो वायरल फीवर. 2 हफ्ते बाद सीबीसी भी नहीं करवाया और देखा प्लेटलेट काउंट 25,000 पड़ा हुआ है, टीएलसी कम हो गया, ल्यूकोपीनिया हो गया. Nobody bothers it. But since कहता है it is not our health, it's the other health, but we keep on writing it. So understanding the antibiotic, we should be knowing what are the types of antibiotics we have so far. So it depends upon the whether it's a bactericidal action is required or bacteriostatic is required. Mechanism action, it could be cell wall synthesis inhibitor, protein synthesis inhibitor, nucleic acid synthesis inhibitor, metabolic pathway inhibitor. So it like same only. So whether it's a IPO is coming up, whether it's a good mid cap value, large cap or small cap, So you have to use the same thought of process mind अगर जैसे आप अपना स्टॉक बाय करते हैं. Spectrum of activity, so broad spectrum and spectrum antibiotics और the narrow spectrum antibiotics. कुछ ना समझ आए तो लार्ज कैप लेके छोड़ दो, ठीक है. सीधा पॉलीमिक्सिंग भी दे दो, मारोपेनम दे दो, ठीक है. कुछ तो लग ही जाएगा, हो ही जाएगा. इट्स लाइक दैट प्रोसेस. But coming on to the antibiotic resistance, what is antibiotic resistance or AMR is? So it occurs when bacteria evolve mechanism to withstand the drugs which are meant to kill or inhibit the growth. Earlier it was susceptible. Now with the passage of time it has become the resistant. पहले तो अडानी के स्टॉक खटाखट बढ़ते जा रहे थे क्योंकि मेरे अंकल ने लिए थे, और अब ये जब से हेडलबर्ग वाला मुद्दा आया तब से गिरता जा रहा है, ठीक है. तो डोंट कॉपी अदर वन, मे बी द अदर वन माइट बी डूइंग द रॉन्ग थिंग. So it's you have to use your brain and mind. So if you read the basic core of the microbiology and the pharmacology, you would be applying it in a right direction. So resistance and the silent global threat. So what is the impact on the public health? So this is what the impact on the retailer और दी जो सिंगल इंडिविजुअल होते हैं जो बाय करते हैं स्टॉक को, या फिर जो सिंगल डॉक्टर जो प्रिस्क्राइब दी एंटीबायोटिक विदाउट हैविंग द नॉलेज ऑफ द माइक्रोबायोलॉजी एंड द इन्फेक्शियस फील्ड, एंड इवन द आई वुड से सिंपल फिजिशियन आल्सो. डायग्नोसिस सही नहीं बना, इंक्रीज मोर्टेलिटी किसकी? पेशेंट की. लॉन्गर हॉस्पिटल स्टेज, बिल किसने देना है? प्रोस्थेटिक जॉइंट इन्फेक्शन हो गया, पेशेंट ने देना है. हायर मेडिकल कॉस्ट किसका? पेशेंट का. फायदा तो हॉस्पिटल का हो ही रहा है. स्प्रेड ऑफ द रेजिस्टेंस किसके अंदर? कम्युनिटी के अंदर, ठीक है. बट ऑन द अदर साइड इफ यू थिंक दैट इट वुड बी माई स्टॉक, तो मैं एक एक चीज ध्यान से करूंगा. माई पेरेंट्स, माई फैमिली, माई ब्रदर, तो एक एक एंटीबायोटिक ध्यान से दी जाएगी. जहाँ वाई शुड आई गिव लिनेथोरिड इफ इट इज patient is getting response with a simple amoxicillin or the augmentin also. Statistics on the antibiotic resistance globally. So rising rates, we all know, whether it's a pneumonia, tuberculosis and gonorrhea. Even these days gonorrhea are also resistant to the simple cephalosporin also, which was susceptible earlier. Nowadays the gonorrhea have become the MDR gonorrhea, most of the cases. Global health threat, it's the antibiotic resistance to the entire globe, food security and the development also. Future projections, if no action is taken, it is projected that antibiotic resistance could cause 10 million deaths per year by 2050. So it's recently been published in the Lancet Journal 2022 about what is the kind of resistance we are facing it, especially in a country like developing India, and what is the way future in the next 2 decades. So we talk about the principles of prescribing antibiotics. तो अगर आज यहाँ खड़े होकर वारन बुफे बोलेगा कि भैया कल ये स्टॉक लेना है, एवरीबडी एज्यूम्स इट. बट अगर कोई डॉक्टर बोलेगा कि भैया ये राइट डोज, राइट ड्यूरेशन एंड राइट ड्रग, नोबडी विल लिसन, बिकॉज इट्स द benefit to the society and benefit to the patient. It's not direct benefit to the doctor. That is why the things keeps going wrong. And is it the sufficient for to say that if we follow or regulate these three, our AMR can get reduced? Never. Before these three, I need one more D, that is the right diagnosis. So if diagnosis is wrong, all these three automatically get converted into the wrong way. So diagnosis is the first way. For that is the importance of the accurate diagnosis. How accurate diagnosis can be made? It can only be made if we have the basic MBBS good knowledge. Just having the degree and implying it कि भाई ठीक है फीवर आ रहा है तो सेफ्ट्रैक्सोन की डेफिशिएंसी हो गई, शुरुआत कर दो. एवरी पेशेंट कमिंग टू मी विद IgM टाइफाइड कि भैया हमें तो टाइफाइड ही हो गया, मोती जा रहा हो गया. एंड सिंस इट्स सच ए यूजलेस टेस्ट, if I give blood sample today, I can also become positive of the IgM typhi. चौथे दिन के अंदर ही शुरू कर दो मोनोसेफ. एंड होता क्या है, एक्सीडेंटली पेशेंट हु आर हैविंग द HIV पॉजिटिव along with the syphilis, so उनका syphilis ट्रीट हो जाता है मोनोसेफ से, चाहे वो टाइफाइड ट्रीट हो या ना हो. VDRL नेगेटिव रहता है और TPHA पॉजिटिव पड़ा रहता है. So we need a good prompt and early diagnostic kits, whether it's a PCR based or next generation sequencing or it's a culture based. We need to have the right diagnosis. From where the sample is to be taken, already been told by Dr. Sanjeev Singh sir that we need to have the accurate diagnosis, and based on that and from where the sample has been collected, we have to be अपनी ईगो कम करके माइक्रोबायोलॉजिस्ट से बात करना इज़ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, इज़ वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट कि और इवन सर्जन से कि सर सैंपल निकाला कहाँ है, ड्रेन से फ्लूइड भेज दिया और पेशेंट एसिम्प्टोमेटिक बैठा हुआ है, उसमें तो आ रहा है कैनेडा, देर तक माइका फंगिन, एनोडुला फंगिन सब स्टार्ट हो गया, 20-20 दिन 40-40 दिन चल रहा है माइका फंगिन। क्यों? क्योंकि ड्रेन से सर अभी भी कैनेडा आ रहा है, तो वो डेट इज नॉट गोइंग टू गेट स्टेराइल। तो there is a role of culture and sensitivity testing, but at the same time from where the sample is being collected, that has to be conveyed properly to the microbiologist. So diagnose right, treat right, and accuracy then will save the life. Best practices for prescribing antibiotics: follow the established guidelines. Then whom guideline to be followed? As sir mentioned, the ICMR will tell about the tertiary care guideline. Patient is coming to the small clinic, so we need to know what kind of patient presentation is. Whether patient is a first-hand patient, but directly coming to the from the community coming to the clinic, patient doesn't require linezolid, doesn't require the Javisepta or Astronom. Patient might be requiring the simple amoxicillin. So we need to know whether our diagnosis is right, number one, and whether the patient is requiring the minimal, I would say lower antibiotic or not. Evidence-based practice, so antibiotic prescribing on the latest evidence as well as the research. So who reads? Doctor sitting in a community, seeing the 100+ patient, does he have time to read the, I would say, latest guideline, whether it's been given by AIMS, ICMR, or even some local authority of the state also? Nobody reads it. After some time, everybody has a single mindset कि at the end आज 100 आई थी OPD और कल 50 आ गई, ये 50 पेशेंट गए कहाँ? Will it be thinking about कि मैंने फीवर को कैसे ट्रीट किया? I don't think so. Somebody has time. How it can be corrected? That's another matter of concern. We'll be discussing later on. So follow the guidelines and lead the change. What are the goals of stewardship program? Dr. Sanjay Singh has discussed that we need to follow the stewardship program. How it can be followed? So optimize the antibiotic used to improve the patient outcome. That is all we know. But how we can do it? It can never be done by a single individual. So there has to be the leadership which sir has discussed. There has to be through AI-based model. It has to be through regular education. Lower healthcare cost. So it can successfully implemented if we follow the AMSP program in our hospital, whether it's a nursing home or tertiary care. Key component, formulary restriction has to be there. That sir has mentioned, forward and the backward strategy. Review and the feedback mechanism, education and training for the healthcare providers. A orthopedic surgeon after 20 years of practice, if he wants to give the meropenem for 10 days after the knee joint replacement, nobody can stop them. Although guidelines said single shot of antibiotic is required, pre-surgical thing, but he wants to continue for next 7 days, and that too the meropenem, because he has not read it. Neither he has read it in the MBBS, neither he has read it in the MS Ortho also. And after the practice में आने के बाद तो nobody reads it. And after 20 years of practice, he only concerned about the कि कितने मैंने joint replacement एक महीने में कर दिए. So how can we expect a surgeon who will implement the antibiotic stewardship program? So stewardship today for a safe antibiotics tomorrow. Patient education and the adherence. Educate patients. Explain the importance of the completing the prescribed course. मैंने लिखा है कि एंट्रिक फीवर सर आपका ब्लड कल्चर पॉजिटिव आया है, आपको सिफिक्सिम लेना है 2 वीक. ठीक है सर, 8वें दिन पे फीवर खत्म हो गया था, हमने छोड़ दिया. इट्स ए वेरी वेरी कॉमन थिंग. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल इन द कम्युनिटी द टाइफाइड इज बीन मिसडायग्नोस्ड 80% टाइम. हर IgM टाइफाइड को टाइफाइड बना दिया जाता है. सेकंड थिंग, अगर डायग्नोसिस ठीक बन भी गया ब्लड कल्चर के थ्रू, देन ऑल्सो इट विल बी ए शॉर्ट ड्यूरेशन एंटीबायोटिक. 7-8 दिन दिया एंड देन उसके बाद बंद कर दिया. Why to give 2 weeks? It's been written in the guideline, it's been written in the books. So you have to complete it. Otherwise patient will again relapse it. फिर कहेंगे नहीं जी सिफिक्सिम पहले दिया था, रिलैप्स हो गया, इस बार ना मेरोपेनम देंगे. तो we are self generating the XDR salmonella. Encourage adherence. Stress the importance of taking antibiotic exactly as prescribed. Provide clear instruction on dosage and the duration. And address barriers to the adherence such as misunderstanding or the forgetfulness. This I already mentioned. stay on track, your health, your responsibility. So we have to teach the patient also. पेशेंट तो गांव से आया, उसको क्या पता कि भैया क्या AMSP होता है, या ऑर्थोपेडिक सर्जन और कार्डियोलॉजिस्ट का नहीं पता व्हाट इज AMSP. हम उम्मीद रख रहे हैं अपने पेशेंट से. सो बग इज एवरी बग आइसोलेटेड नीड नॉट टू बी रिस्पेक्टेड. सो ऐसा नहीं है कि बग हमारी बॉडी से निकल आया, स्टूल में कहता आपका E. coli पॉजिटिव आ गया तो वो इट विल बी ए इन्फेक्शन. यूरिन में कहते कल्चर पॉजिटिव आ गया विदाउट एनी पस सेल, सिग्निफिकेंट पाइयूरिया, इट विल बी ए इंडिकेशन फॉर द ट्रीटमेंट. So new bacteria identified in urine culture of a 30-year female who has come for a renal donor for her mother. Patient is asymptomatic. अब डॉक्टर ने लिखा ही नहीं कि पेशेंट हैज टू गिव द मिड यूरिन. आनंद पान में भाई सैंपल देना, यूरिन सैंपल आपने. पेशेंट हैज गिवन द सैंपल, फर्स्ट सैंपल इन द मॉर्निंग एंड दैट टू विदाउट मिड यूरिन सैंपल, मिड स्ट्रीम सैंपल, and that has to become positive. क्यों? E. coli, Klebsiella is coming from our stools. It get colonized in the urethral region, and that will cause the culture to get positive. And we keep treating the culture day in and day out for 7 days, 10 days. Bachara healthy donor who has come for the renal donation and now turned into be a bacterial infection. So coming on to the case studies, we have 3 cases. The one is the case community acquired the pneumonia. So you can see the Pseudomonas aeruginosa in a post-tuberculosis treated patient. It could be a post-TB sequelae getting into the fever, cough, and the Pseudomonas aeruginosa, which is quite sensitive to the septal edema also. But patient coming to the hospital start directly onto the polymyxin B and everything, without knowing the susceptibility pattern, without knowing the whether patient requires the IV or the oral, without knowing the what is the right diagnosis is. Or might be patient is having just a colonization because post TB sequelae the lung get distracted. Patient might be harboring the Pseudomonas which cannot be get eradicated because of the colonization. But this patient has the symptom. Suppose if the symptoms are not there, will you be labeling it as a LRTI or pneumonia? No. The distracted lung in the patch will going to be there in the X-ray for long duration. You cannot treat it if there is no clinical sign and symptoms. So diagnosis has to be right. Then if the diagnosis is right, clinical suspicion is there of LRTI, then you go for the interpreting the antibiogram. And if based on the antibiogram, if there is an oral option is available, then you give the oral option. If not, then you start the IV antibiotics. Now comes the how long is to be given. The patient who is in the community has the Pseudomonas in the sputum, and because the post TB sequelae distracted lung, then how long is to be required? It's maximum 7 days. So shorter is always better. It's not like that you have to give the कि भाई 2 weeks तो दे ही देते हैं because lung distracted है, अभी pneumonia का patch रह रहा है. वो pneumonia का patch नहीं है, it's a distracted patch is there. It will keep remaining over like that only. Similar, a urinary tract infection in a female who is a bilateral ureter stone, history presented with fever, backache and chills for last 3 days. This lady was given the for the fever and the renal stone history in the past, was keep on giving the Brufen or Combiflam repeatedly without going for a single culture. Because fever आ रहा है, patient को renal stone है, देते रहो Brufen. And she came with the in the emergency room with a creatinine of 8. She was having the normal creatinine. So when the culture sensitivity was done, it was found to be a Klebsiella, which is quite sensitive, you can see. And once the antibiotic was started, now we have to look at the whether our diagnosis is right of the pyelonephritis or no, it's wrong. So diagnosis is right, but what is the main trigger? It's obstructive uropathy. Bilateral ureteric stones are there. Will she get the relief by giving the antibiotic? Will never. It's just a one way of treatment. We have to go for the relieving of the obstruction also. So she requires the digestanting also. So in totality, it's a teamwork we have to do. It's not about कि we just we find the bug and hit the starting with the antibiotic. Just hitting with the antibiotic will not be solving our purpose. We have to treat the patient in totality. So digestanting was done. Patient start improving with the creatinine on the downtrend, and then after few days, and now comes the how much duration. She had the bilateral bloated kidneys, bilateral pyelonephritis with few focus of the renal abscesses. How much duration would like to treat? Would like to treat with for 7 days or 10 days. Patient got relieved in the 4 days after digestanting and giving the antibiotic. There is no fever. Now patient want discharge. So the duration of this kind of patient would be 4 to 6 weeks. So never tries to give the antibiotics as per कि अगर patient का fever ठीक हो गया तो patient ठीक हो गया. Which organ is involved, how much depth is involved, and what is the ultimately diagnosis, that will decide the duration and the I would say frequency of the antibiotic. And is there any option of the oral is there or not? So if it is there, you can switch to the oral regimen. If it is not, you have to tell the patient कि भैया you have to go by the center line or pick line and keep continuing the antibiotic for at home for 4 to 6 weeks. And sometimes what happened is patient is given carbapenem resistant bacteria is there. Here the carbapenem sensitive is there. Carbapenem resistant bacteria is there. In the hospital with the pyelonephritis, patient has been given 1 week antibiotic. Patient got relief after the colistin or Jevicepta Astonam. But जाते जाते क्या कर दिया? Patient relieved हो गया. चलो भाई Cefixime लिख देते हैं. How can the Cefixime will going to work? Or Ferronem ER लिख देते हैं. How it will going to work if the patient is not responding with the meropenem also? This is quite common practice. We need to know when to de-escalate, how to de-escalate. Another case of hospital-acquired infection. So this is a young man, 41-year male, underwent subdural hemorrhage, tracheostomized, discharged on tracheostomy tube, and then later on tracheostomy tube was removed after a short duration, I would say 1 day care admission. And now patient after at home developed the fever, cough and protective sputum for last 3 days. And the bug is this time the Acinetobacter baumannii complex. So would you be labeling it as a community acquired infection or it's a hospital acquired infection? This comes under the hospital acquired infection with a bug like Acinetobacter with pan drug resistance. This is not a community acquired. This is the hospital acquired infection. Will it be covered by the oral treatment? Never. And patient has been prescribed the tablet Ferropenem or Levoflox for 14 days. And patient now again readmitted with the I would say with the desaturation, with high grade fever, cough, and again put it on the mechanical ventilator, and then will start on the higher antibiotic. So if earlier patient was given the higher antibiotics at home based on the susceptibility testing after proper education to the family, because family will say कि सर घर पे हैं हम तो IV एंटीबायोटिक नहीं लगाएंगे चाहे वो रेजिस्टेंट भी क्यों ना हो, हमें तो ओरल दे दो. Patient will not going to get relieved. You can see such a heavy growth of the crab is there. This is known as crab, carbapenem resistant Acinetobacter baumannii. So you have to counsel the patient. Patient family को नहीं पता what is crab. So implementing the best practicing in the clinical settings, develop clear guidelines. The guidelines has to be primary care, secondary care as well as tertiary care based on the which sector doctor is working. Education and training to the MBBS, training to the MD medicine, training to the fellowship or infectious disease specialist also. Interdisciplinary collaboration. Engage a multidisciplinary team including doctors, pharmacists and nurses in the implementation process. As sir mentioned earlier in the lecture that there is a big role of the clinical pharmacist is there. So Dr. Sanjeev Sharma is there, he is a clinical pharmacist in our hospital. So clinical pharmacist has to given the due respect. उन्होंने अगर कह दिया because it's their duty to audit, to know whether I am on the right track or the cardiologist is on the right track or our gastroenterologist on the right track. हमें तो फीवर आया, हमने तो लिख दिया भैया सीधा मेरोपेनम स्टार्ट कर दो. Neither I have seen the culture sensitivity report, neither I have seen whether the patient is going in the right direction or not, or whether there is some drug interaction is there or not. Nobody sees in the clinical practice the drug interaction. Dr. Sanjeev, you will surprised to know that on daily basis we catch almost more than 10 patients who are on having the drug interactions. Linezolid के साथ patient को tramadol दे दिया and nobody sees it can lead to the serotonin syndrome. Patient को बिदारे symptoms start हो गए, agitation, aggressive behavior, linezolid with tramadol. अच्छा ये तो I think psychiatric हो गया है. इसको कहता है और SSRI दे दो, इसको कहता है ट्रिप्टोमर ऐड कर दो और triple reaction. Triptomer, SSRI, tramadol, SSRI, and the linezolid causing the SSRI syndrome. Patient land up in the serotonin syndrome, high grade fever, chills, and the high blood pressure, without having the infective etiology. But it's a common practice, and I am 100% sure it will be practicing in entire India. Forget about the hospital like Apollo. Nobody sees. So interdisciplinary collaboration is always a must. Challenges and solution, how we can solve it. There are problems, but now we have to come to how we can solve it. So resistance to change, address concerns through education and demonstrate the benefits of the new practice. Time has gone कि मैंने आज लिख दिया linezolid because मैंने लिख दिया I am the ID specialist, so I have written the right thing. No, we have to listen to the junior person who is the clinical pharmacist or somewhere else who has the right to argue with me कि सर आपने ये कैसे लिखा? Tell me the answer. Patient who is having the prosthetic joint infection, whether it's a sensitive staph or non-sensitive staph, every patient is given the rifampicin. क्यों उससे रिस्पॉन्स आता है, अच्छा रिस्पॉन्स आता है. कहाँ लिखा है, किधर लिखा है, कैसे लिखा है, nobody says. Nobody talk about this systematic review or meta-analysis, but everybody writes it. What about the resource limitations? To prioritize key areas for implementations and seek external support or funding. So here external support means the leadership has to be there. Monitoring and the compliance, implement monitoring system to track antibiotic use and outcomes and provide feedback to the treating clinician. So collaboration across specialties, regular review meetings has to be there. There has to be every monthly or 2 monthly our antibiogram discussion, but we have 2 years back, but we have standing on till today background, and what if the patient coming from the community we have to give, but if the patient has hospitalization in the last 90 days and coming now with a PICC line or permacath in situ, now which antibiotic to be given, whether the source reduction is required or not required, all these things has to be concerned. एक पेशेंट जिसको कहते हैं प्रोस्थेटिक जॉइंट इन्फेक्शन हुआ, आई वाज डिस्कसिंग इन द मॉर्निंग, तो दे हैव सर्जन इज लीस्ट कंसर्न अबाउट द प्रोस्थेटिक जॉइंट. फीवर आ रहा है, इट्स नॉट बिकॉज ऑफ दिस थिंग. यूरिन कल्चर पॉजिटिव आ गया, इट्स ए यूटीआई. भैया पसल तो देख लो, पसल तो है ही नहीं उसके, कल्चर तो पॉजिटिव आएगा ही आएगा, करवाते रहो कल्चर पॉजिटिव. एंड सर्जन विल नेवर एडमिट कि भैया इट्स ए प्रोस्थेटिक जॉइंट इन्फेक्शन, इट्स ए यूटीआई, कीप ट्रीटिंग द यूटीआई. That is how we abuse the antibiotic on daily basis. Because patient मेरा है, I am the big orthopedic surgeon of the hospital, and patient has come on my name, my fame, and this is how I am going to treat it. It's a UTI. Key performance and indicators. So antibiotic prescribing rates measure the frequency of the antibiotic prescription per patient or per diagnosis. There has to be full stop. भाई पेशेंट को community acquired pneumonia है, why you want to give the antibiotic for more than 7 days? Track changes over time to identify trends and the areas for the improvement. So it's like again the stock market. भैया मेरा 20% गेन हो चुका है, it's time to remove the market, पैसा निकालूं और कहीं और प्रॉफिट बुक करके कहीं और लगाऊं. ये नहीं कि भाई लगा रहा हूँ एंटीबायोटिक देने पे, भैया 20 डेज 30 डेज रिस्पॉन्स आ रहा है, पेशेंट फेब्राइल है. Antibiotic resistance rates, monitor the incidence of the resistant infection in the facility. Nowadays we are seeing the LRE, linezolid resistant enterococcus. I hope everybody is also seeing it. Forget about the VRE. अब तो linezolid resistant enterococcus आ गया है. Daptomycin में भी आता है कि it's a intermediate resistance enterococci. But the doctor is writing augmentin दे दो, it will work. Patient outcome, assess the treatment success rate, including infection resolution as well as the adverse effect. After the 2 weeks of the linezolid, patients start developing the hematological disturbance. After 4 weeks, patients start developing the neurological disturbance. But nobody sees. अगर abnormal movement आ भी रही है किसी बच्चे को और linezolid सिर्फ दिया हुआ है, nobody is worried about that. Patient को कोई neurological disorder होगा, अपने एंटीबायोटिक को कोई नहीं देखना चाहता. Electronic health records, utilize the EHR system to track and analyze the antibiotic prescription. So EHR is must in a country like India जहाँ पे education बिल्कुल zero है infectious disease की at the MBBS level and at the MD level. Getting an MD medicine degree doesn't mean that even applies to me also. Even when I did my MD medicine, it doesn't mean that I have been authority to write any antibiotics and for any duration. क्योंकि मेरे को तो MD medicine कर रखी है. और भाई मैंने पढ़ा कितना MD medicine में? I haven't given the 30 hours in the, हर patient in the medicine department, I would say out of 10 patient, 8 are getting the antibiotics. I would say 9 antibiotics. जिसको नहीं भी जरूरत वो भी दे रहा होता है, कोई चल जाए दे दो यार कि फीवर ना आ जाए. So education is required at all levels, and even after getting all the degrees also, then you also be keep updated, keep abreast of the recent updates, recent knowledge. So, future directions in the antibiotic prescribing, new antibiotic development, support for search to new novel antibiotics, and rapid diagnostic tools. पेशेंट को फीवर आ रहा है हाई ग्रेड, पेशेंट का प्रोकेसिटोनिन रेस्ट आ रहा है, पेशेंट का सेंट्रल एंड द एफर्ट्स फ्रॉम द इंटरनेशनल डाटा एज वेल फ्रॉम द रिसर्च इनिशिएटिव फ्रॉम आवर इंस्टीट्यूट ऑल्सो इज रिक्वायर्ड. So in summary and key takeaways, so right drug, right dose, right duration only works if we have the right diagnosis. If the diagnosis is wrong, आप पूरा जोर लगा लो, it will never will get, patient will also not get treated and the antibiotic abuse will keep happening. Adherence to the guidelines, ongoing training, monitoring and the feedback. Listen to our colleagues, what they want to say. Commit to the stewardship. भाई अगर 6 दिन तक फीवर का रिस्पांस नहीं आ रहा मेरे पेरेंट्स से, तो 25 दिन में क्या हो जाएगा, 40 दिन में क्या हो जाएगा. पेशेंट आया फीवर से है, सेप्सिस से आया या सेप्सिस से नहीं भी था, फीवर से आया था, 40 डेज दे दिए एंटीबायोटिक को, भाई उसमें इतने दिन में तो उसका ब्रेन भी स्टेराइल हो गया और हड्डियाँ भी स्टेराइल हो गई. एंड इट हैपन्स ऑन डेली बेसिस इन ऑन राउंड, चाहे आप ऑर्थोपेडिक्स राउंड ले लो, चाहे कार्डिक राउंड ले लो. पेशेंट अगर सीसीयू पड़ा हुआ है, 25-30 दिन तक एंटीबायोटिक चल रही है. वी डोंट नो व्हाई इट इज़ गोइंग ऑन. यार वेंटिलेटर पे है, बाईपैप पे है, चलन दो, पेशेंट ठीक चल रहा है, चलन दो. दैट इज द इंडिकेशन ऑफ ट्रीटमेंट. व्हाट इज द इंडिकेशन ट्रीटमेंट इन इंडिया इज कि पेशेंट ठीक चल रहा है, चलन दो. विद दिस, थैंक यू वेरी मच.